So guys, I bought a dying fish. So about 2.5 months ago, I went to Petco. Yes, I do go to Petco. There's a Petco about 5 minutes away from my house, if that. And the nearest fish store is Live Art Aquatics, which I've done a tour of before, and that one's about 30 minutes away, give or take traffic. So yes, I do go to Petco if I need food because it's cheap, and honestly, it's Petco, I'm sorry, but I'll go there to get food. Anyways, so while there, I always browse the fish section because I always browse the I always browse the fish section. I always go look at the fish when I'm there. So yeah, it's just what I like to do. And while I was there, I noticed Petco had a particularly pricey fish. They had an Emperor Angelfish. Now, I know you're saying these guys are bad, they eat reefs, they eat coral, yada yada. They don't eat reefs, they eat coral. So they're bad for a reef tank, so I'll get back to that. Anyways, I saw that the fish was there and it was just covered in ink. It was basically on the verge of death. This emperor fish had lymph, it had ick, and it had a couple other like rings on it. I don't know what it was. I couldn't find anything about it, but essentially the fish was a nuke and it was on the verge of death. And I'm the type of person, when I see something like that, I feel like I should help. So what do? I buy the fish. Now, I go to that Petco a lot, so the fish, or the aquatic specialist, what they call them, knows me pretty well. And while there, I talked to him for a bit. He's like, yeah, I've had the fish for a week and I've been treating it and it's just not getting better. And I was like, oh, what are you treating it with? I saw the flukes, I saw the everything else on him. He's like, and he pulls out General Cure. You know, like the stuff you get from Petco, the API General Cure, whatever it is. But he pulls that out and says, yeah, I've just been putting this in the tank. The fish was gonna die, and I felt like it was my responsibility to do something. So I talked to him, and the fish was listed, I think, for $120, and he gave it to me for $40. And I said, okay, I'm gonna see if I can save this fish. If it dies, it dies. It's $40 down the drain, but at least I tried, knowing that I have the stuff that I can use to treat this fish. So I brought the fish home, and I already have a quarantine set up. I keep it set up, and immediately before I acclimated it with the water, and before I acclimated it, I actually did a Prazi Pro dip. Prazi Pro you can get pretty much at any like saltwater store, any fish store. It's like $12 for that little bottle, and it's wonderful. But because he was on the verge of death, I wanted to err on the side of caution. So I did put some Prazi Pro in the tank at a lighter concentration, and I also added cupramine, which I've used in previous videos to treat them. Here we are, 2 months later, I now am the proud owner of an Emperor Angelfish. So, originally my plan was to get the fish, nurse it back to health, and give it to my local fish store and have them take care of it and sell it off to someone who could have that fish. But I invested hours and hours and hours and probably a couple sleepless nights worrying about this fish that I became attached. So yeah, I am gonna have an Emperor Angelfish now. So actually what I ended up doing today is I have the 125 that I haven't done an update on like months because it's a mess right now. It's covered in cyano, whatever. Anyways, it's a mess. And I removed all the coral and I put them in these 2 tanks. And I'll go over that later in another video, but yeah. I moved him out. The fish looks fine. He has no more growths on him, no more signs of ick and distress, and he's healthy. So today I put him in my fish and I saved a dying fish. Now, before I leave this video, I do want to say that this isn't like a, hey, tell everyone, all your friends to go to Petco and buy all the fish to save their lives because they're gonna die kind of video. I'm just telling you what I did and where it's at right now, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been posting all my updates in a while, is because 100% of my concentration has gone on saving this fish. I mean, I did freshwater dips, I did Prazi Pro dips, been treating with copper, monitoring the copper water changes, constantly just making sure that he was medicated and treated the way he should be treated so that I could save the fish. But yeah, I am now happy. He's got a lot of personality. I think he knows what I did, so he's super nice, but That's probably just me hoping the fish actually knows what I'm actually doing. But anyways, so I'm sorry for the update. I'm gonna do a update on this tank and this tank here pretty soon. And as my other video said, I'm gonna be doing a harem tank. So I'm gonna have 4 tanks. These two, my 125, which is now a Fowler, which is fish only with live rock. And I'm gonna have the harem tank, which I am going to be building in my living room here shortly. So yeah, as always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Don't go buying dying fish like I did. But have a great day and keep on reefing.